Welcome to the Kansas Truck Routing and Intelligent Permitting System, also known as K-Trips, user tutorial videos. This video will guide users through the Registered Escort Vehicle Providers tutorial and how to use the system in K-Trips at k-trips.com. This and other tutorials can be found on the login page via the K-Trips tutorial videos link. Escort vehicle service providers working with oversized and/or overweight vehicles must now be registered to operate in the state of Kansas. K-Trips allows users to create a Registered Escort Vehicle Provider account, input the registration information required, and print certificates. It is recommended during the registration process to use a computer rather than a phone or other handheld device. K-Trips requires data entry and attestation to legal statements that are more easily viewed on a full-size monitor. Printing will also be required in order to obtain certificates. For additional assistance or any questions, please contact the Kansas Department of Transportation Central Permitting Office at 785-368-6501. This phone number can be found on the K-Trips user tutorial videos screen. Navigate to the K-Trips site at k-trips.com. If you do not already have an account, click the Create a New Account link. On the Create New Company Account screen, select whether or not you have a valid U.S. DOT number from the drop-down list. If yes is selected, users must enter valid U.S. DOT and tax ID numbers, and the numbers will be validated in order to create an account. If you do not have a U.S. DOT number, select No from the Do You Have a Valid U.S. DOT Number drop-down list. Users must choose a statement about which services they will be conducting in Kansas. If the company will operate as a permitting business only, select the first option. If the company will operate as an escort vehicle service provider only, select the second option. If the company will be conducting both permitting and escort vehicle service provider business, the third option will need to be selected. Once choosing the second or third option, the Escort Vehicle Service Company Registered Agent Information screen will be displayed. Each escort vehicle service provider must have a registered agent for process or must serve as their own registered agent. Enter the registered agent name or enter yourself if you are acting as your own registered agent. Enter the complete physical address. A post office box is not acceptable. The physical address will be used for legal and government notifications if ever needed. Each escort vehicle service provider shall attest to all of the statements which are intended for your escort vehicle company, escort vehicles, and escort drivers. Click the Create Account button to create the account and continue the setup process. Any field marked with an asterisk on the Create New Escort Service Company Account Company Information screen will need to be completed. Enter the Registered Escort Vehicle Provider company name, a valid phone number, and email address. Email should be selected from the Primary Delivery Method drop-down list to receive system notifications and any KDOT updates regarding escort vehicle services. Enter your first and last name, a username, and a password. Please make note of the password requirements, which can be viewed by clicking the Password Requirements link. The password must be at least 8 characters in length, contain at least one upper and lowercase letter, and have at least one number. Passwords are case sensitive. Usernames and passwords are required to log into the system. Enter a login email address, retrieval prompt question, and retrieval response. The prompt question and response is used in order to retrieve a forgotten username or reset a forgotten password. This saves time, allowing users to bypass calling the permit office for a password reset. Enter the physical address information into the appropriate fields. If the mailing address is the same as the physical address, click the Same as Physical link. Otherwise, enter the mailing address information into the appropriate fields. Once all information has been entered and checked for accuracy, click the Submit button to continue creating the new Escort Vehicle Service Provider account. The Create New Escort Vehicle Only Account Users screen will list the users on the account. If there are multiple people that will need to be added to the account in order to print certificates for the company, they will need to be set up as users on this screen. Users can be added at a later time in company data. The original user who set up the account will already be listed in the Users drop-down list. Click the Edit button to edit the user's information, such as the name, email, and phone number. If any changes are made to the user, click the Update button to save the changes. Click the New button to create a new user that will need access to the account. Enter the user information, such as the first and last name, login name, email, and phone number. Be sure to enter a prompt question and response in the corresponding fields in order to retrieve a forgotten username or reset a forgotten password. Enter the new user's password according to the previously mentioned password requirements. Click the Insert button to add the new user to the account. Once all users have been entered, click the Finished button to complete the account creation process and return to the login page. On the login page, several links are provided to assist with information needed for Registered Escort Vehicle Providers. The tutorial videos link will list this and other tutorial videos to assist in using K-Trips. The Kansas Department of Transportation Central Permitting Office phone number 785-368-6501 can also be found on this screen for any questions or additional assistance needed. The proposed Kansas Escort Vehicle Regulations link will display the regulations for escort vehicles, service providers, and operators in a searchable PDF. The Escort Trip Report link will allow users to view and print an escort trip report, which includes the required pre-trip checklist and post-trip report. Once clicking the Escort Trip Report link on the login page, click the View and Print Escort Trip Report link to display the report. This report will need to be printed and filled out by hand. The completed document is required to be kept on file for a period of 3 years from the time of travel. The Registered Escort Vehicle Providers link will display a list of the registered Kansas Escort Vehicle Service Providers that have selected to be included on this published listing. Enter the username and password created during the account creation process into the username and password fields on the login page. Select the Remember Me on this computer checkbox for K-Trips to remember your username. Click the Submit button to log into K-Trips. The company dashboard will be displayed. The company dashboard contains links and other helpful items for an escort vehicle service provider account. When logging into the account for the first time, users will need to verify all information and company data. Click the Company Data link located in the Administrative panel on the left side of the company dashboard. Verify and update as needed the company, phone, fax, and email address displayed. Enter any other information if needed. Click the Update button to save any updated information. The Yes checkbox will be selected if the company is a registered escort vehicle provider. Pending a future update, users will be able to select an option to opt in or out of being included on the published escort vehicle providers list. All accounts will default to not be included on the list. In order to be included on the list, users must select the Yes checkbox for the opt-in to be included on the published escort vehicle providers list located in the Company Information section of Company Data. The Contact section is for permitting customers only. For more information on additional fields on this screen, see the Updating Company Data tutorial video located on the login page. The mailing and physical address information for the company is stored in the Addresses section of the Company Information under the Company Assets section. Addresses cannot be added or deleted but can be edited. Click the Edit button for either the physical or mailing address to edit the stored information. Once the information has been edited, click the Update button to save the new address. The Users section is where all user information is stored for the company. Enter a new user by clicking the New button to the right of the Users section. Enter all required information, including an email address, prompt question, and response, in order to retrieve a username or reset a forgotten password. Click the Insert button to add the user to the account. To edit an existing user, select the user from the Users drop-down list and click the Edit button. Edit any information required. Unless the user will have a very specific known start and end date, leave these fields blank. Click the Update button to save the information. When editing an existing user or adding a new user, the original user that created the account will be defaulted to a supervisor user. When creating a new user, be sure to select Supervisor from the User Type drop-down list. To do all escort vehicle services work, users must be supervisor users. A user with only a user level will not be able to access all the features of K-Trips to print certifications or update escort vehicle information. Continue adding and editing users by clicking the New or Edit button until all users have been entered or updated. The Escort Vehicles section lists all vehicles used for the escort vehicle service provider. Click the New button to add a new vehicle to the company account. All fields are required. Enter the VIN, plate, vehicle or plate registration date. Select the state from the drop-down list. Enter the insurance company, insurance start date, and insurance end date into the corresponding fields. Read and check the boxes for both attest statements. Click the Insert button to add the vehicle. To edit a vehicle entered, select the vehicle from the Escort Vehicles drop-down list and click the Edit button to the right. Edit the information needed. Read and check the boxes for both attest statements, and click the Update button. Continue adding and editing vehicles by clicking the New or Edit button until all vehicles have been entered or updated. To delete a vehicle, select the vehicle from the Escort Vehicles drop-down list and click the Edit button to the right. Verify the vehicle displayed is the vehicle needing to be deleted and click the Delete button to delete the vehicle from the account. The Escort Drivers section contains the escort driver or operator information. To enter a new driver, click the New button to the right of the Escort Drivers section. All fields are required. Enter the first name, last name, birth date, driver's license number, driver's license state, driver's license issue date, driver's license expiration date, driver training certificate number, driver training issue date, and driver training expiration date in the corresponding fields. Select the state in which the driver training course was taken from the driver training course state drop-down list. Currently, Kansas only accepts training course certification from 7 states: Colorado, Florida, Minnesota, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Utah, and Washington. You must read and attest to each of the escort vehicle statements and check the associated checkboxes. Click the Insert button to add the escort driver. To print a certification form, select the driver from the Escort Drivers drop-down list and click the Edit button. Read and attest to each of the escort vehicle statements and check the associated checkboxes. Click the Print Kansas Escort Certification Form link to print a certification form. The Kansas Escort Certification Form must be printed and filled in by hand at this time. The form will be pre-populated with the information in a future update to the system. Please keep checking back for updates. This form must be completed and kept in the vehicle. If at any time anything such as the driver's license, insurance, or driver training expires, these fields must be updated and the attest statements must be read and checked again. If this information expires and is not updated, a Kansas Escort certification will not be able to be printed and any current Kansas Escort certifications will become invalid. Certification forms can be printed as many times as needed after filling out the required information and attesting to the statements listed. To edit escort driver information, select the driver from the Escort Drivers drop-down list and click the Edit button to the right. Edit the information needed, read and attest to the statements, and click the Update button. Drivers can be deleted by clicking the Delete button. The Registered Agent section contains information for your registered agent. Select the agent name from the Registered Agent drop-down list and click the Edit button on the right. Edit the information needed and click the Update button to update the agent's information. Once all information is updated, click the Home button on the top of the page to return to the company dashboard. The Bid Route link in the administrative panel located on the left side of the company dashboard is used to identify a route prior to ordering permits. The routes are not valid permits but are primarily used for bid purposes. This feature is accessible to escort vehicle service providers so that they might be able to view a route prior to running the trip. The Escort Vehicle Providers link will display a list of the registered Kansas escort vehicle service providers that have selected to be included on this published listing. Live chat allows for a live chat session between you and a Kansas support specialist. Click the live chat to request a live chat session with Kansas support when a chat support specialist is online. Live chat is available during central permitting business hours and if all available support personnel are not assisting other customers. The Request Callback button allows users to request a callback from a Kansas support specialist. Click the Request Support Callback button to request a callback. Calls will be returned during central permitting business hours. The Messages panel displays news alerts from the permit office or other Kansas agency and is also used to announce system maintenance and scheduled downtime. If a company already has an account in K-Trips for permitting, there is no need to create a new account for an escort vehicle service provider account. Log in to your existing company by entering your username and password and clicking the Submit button. Once on the company dashboard, click the Company Data link in the Administrative Links panel to display the company data screen. To register your company as an escort vehicle service provider, click the Register as Escort Vehicle Service Provider button. On the Register as Escort Vehicle Service Provider screen, enter the agent name and physical address information. Read and check the boxes to attest to the statements. Then, click the Register Service button to register your company as an escort vehicle service provider. Once registered, you will be returned to the company dashboard. Click the Company Data link to display the Company Management Portal and verify the Is Register Escort Vehicle Provider Yes checkbox is selected. You can now add the escort vehicles and escort drivers to the account and print the Kansas Escort Certification form. The registration process must be renewed annually. In a future update, there will be a link on the company dashboard informing you of your registration renewal deadline, as well as directing you to the location in K-Trips to perform the renewal. This concludes the K-Trips user tutorial video on Registered Escort Vehicle Providers. Thanks for watching, and don't forget more videos are available for your convenience.